Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Conan Exiles Isle of Siptah. And this time around I'm going to show you all of the boss locations. I am briefly going to kind of just cover them. I'm not going to go into details as to what you can get from them. These are world bosses and they are definitely worth farming. So the first location is where I just showed you on the map, and this is a bear. Now, this is the one I wanted to start with because he's a world boss. He's tough to take down, and really, he doesn't really give us anything, so nothing in his inventory. If you harvest him, you just get the normal stuff, but you do get some shade bloom, so maybe that's worth farming this boss for. Do bear in mind, though, he is very tanky and difficult to take down. So once again, that is my location on the map. Now, there's another boss right here. This is one of the shrines that you can go to. And again, this guy is a world boss. So we'll wait for him to spawn in. He should be right in front of me. There he is. He's quite big, as you can see. So 3 skulls makes him a world boss. Going to use the admin kill command to kill him. We're going to harvest all the bosses so you guys can see what you get from them and why you want to harvest them. So for example, this guy gives a skeleton key. Definitely worth picking that up. And you also get some ironstone from him. Now there are several more world bosses that you can pick. I haven't found all of the ones that are scattered. I do have the grouped up ones that I can show you. So the ones that you were more commonly or are more likely to farm. And over here, this is another world boss that you will want to farm. We're going to wait for it to spawn in eventually. I'm hoping it's not going to take too long. I mean, it's already spawned in, but we're waiting for it to pop into the game. This is another boss that you will want to harvest. It will give a skeleton key, and I'm going to show you that. This is taking a while. I might end up having to cut the section. There he is. So as you can see, this is a spider boss. Over here, and we'll quickly kill him. Nothing in the inventory, but you do want to harvest him for the ichor blood and of course skeleton key, and you get some chitin and some other bits and pieces that you can probably use. Over here, this is a cool location right here. This has 4 bosses. I'm going to show you 3 bosses with the 4th boss at the end. And there's a reason for that, because that boss does yield something really good. Okay, things have spawned in, so this is the first boss. I definitely recommend coming here to farm these bosses. They both drop some very interesting things. So this boss, for example, will give us fragments of power. We'll get some legendary repair kits for armors, potentially for weapons as well. Harvest them, we get some bone and some stuff that, well, aren't that useful. But the next boss, this guy, this is what we're looking for. He can drop the healing water skin, which is a very good healing item. And obviously we're going to harvest them just like we're going to do with all the bosses, so you guys can see what you can get from them. Some bosses actually yield some really good things from being harvested. And then further up we have the judge. Now I made a video on this guy. He's easy to farm really early on and drops a lot of legendary items. Definitely worth picking up. And he actually dropped a legendary scythe for me, so as you can see, you can get some really good things from him. Also, you want to farm these guys for the fragments of power. They are very useful. So we'll leave the 4th and final boss here for the end of the video. I'll come back here. There is a reason, and I'll tell you when we get to that point. So next location is over here. We have 4 bosses in total that you can farm. This is actually one of the more harder areas to farm, particularly the boss in the center. So I'll have to have a look at a easier method of farming this guy, but once I do have that strategy, I will get back to you. So first boss is right here, 3 skull. We're gonna kick his bum. We're using admin command. We're gonna kill him. Now they do drop some legendary weapons as well, and armor pieces and things that you can pick up. They also drop legendary repair kits, so definitely worth doing it for that, especially for the fragment of power, which you will want to collect quite a few of these to unlock all of the skills. Now this boss, this guy's a pain in the backside. There's two on each side of him. He's kind of in the center here, and fighting him can be a pain. He will definitely lay on the hurt on your thrall. He will hurt you really badly. He does also apply corruption, so let's harvest this guy so you guys can see what we get from him. So obviously I tried it with a tier 3 thrall, and the tier 3 thrall barely escaped with his life. I actually had to get out of the fight. So over here, another legendary item this time around. It is a sturdy bone bow. So there you can see that, and we get a fragment of power. When we harvest him, you just get some bones, weathered skull, and putrid meat. These two bosses I'm showing you do seem to share the pool for the items, so I found them on both of these guys, so definitely worth farming these guys. 3 skull boss, and yeah, we just got a fragment of power. That is fine, and that's kind of it for this area right here. I do think that this area though is more of an end game sort of area. You have to be really well prepared to come here. Now next section is right here. There are a ton of bosses. As you can see, I've marked them off with the skull, so we're going to teleport here, and then we'll wait for the bosses to spawn in. This may take a while. Okay, so this is the first boss in this section right here. Once again, a spider boss. You want to pretty much kill him. As you can see, he drops a legendary piece of gear, but that's not over. You want to harvest him for the skeleton key. And then we're going to go over to the bridge. You can see it in front of us. It's got webbing. So there is another boss, and that will be the demon spider. So just like on the Exile lands, the same thing, the same principle, same mechanic, does not change. You kill him, he drops nothing, but you want to harvest him for the key and all the other goodies that you get off of him, but primarily for the key. And then if you go up this way, and then through this crack, and then basically to your right, there is another boss. So I'd probably climb this cliff right here, and you can see him. This guy is a dog boss. I'm not going to kill him just yet. I'm going to show you what he does, which is quite interesting. He seems to be at war with the undead. So when he does that, if you wait a couple of seconds, that gives you time to climb on the little cliffs next to him, and then just take him out. That way you can use dots such as poison, bleed, and stuff like that on him. And if we harvest him, this is what we get. So we can get some shade bloom from him as well, so that is always good to pick up. Now all of these bosses have a chance of dropping some good loot, so worth picking up. I'm showing you the area around me, so we're going to go this way. And then down here you can see a tower-like structure that is corrupted, and not far from it there is another boss. So right here is another 3 skull boss. I'm going to show you the location on the map, so it's right there. So basically we did these 3 bosses just now, and we're right now here. This is basically one of the best bosses to farm for a variety of reasons. He drops legendary items, he drops the fragments of power, but even if he doesn't drop anything, he drops a key and lots of the best healing wraps, really. So definitely want to come here just for these wonderful infused wraps. So these are the best healing wraps in the game, and dropped by this guy. Now down here we have another boss. I'll just quickly show you this guy. And oh, we got a legendary weapon from him. We actually got quite a few things. So we got this wonderful right here. the Sever, we've got the Fragment of Power, and another legendary item, which is the Bleached Bone Skinning Knife. So that is a legendary skinning tool. And then we're going to show you my location on the map once more. I mean, it's kind of obvious. So this is the path we took. We're going to go to this boss right here. This is another spider boss. And with these guys, some of them will drop gear. And even if they don't, you still want to harvest them for the skeleton key. Wonderful. We got another legendary item right here. And Fragment of Power, and let's harvest him for that key and all the other goodies that he drops. Next place, we're going to go up there, and this is kind of like a little, I don't even know what to call this, like a little canal here. And right at the end of it, there's a boss right there. And this guy also drops some items as well that you may want to, of course, pick up. Oh, he actually dropped something for me as well. So we've got the legendary items, we got the Fragment of Power, and a legendary weapon repair kit. So, good stuff to get off of them. You also get some supplies if you want to pick those up. And finally, we're going to go to the last boss, back to this location right here. And I'm going to show you where to find him. So this guy is basically above the room with Judge. So Judge is right at the bottom, right below me. And above this location, you will find this, I don't even know what to call him, but he is a boss. I think he's the one left behind or something like that. But he hasn't yet popped in. This is what he looks like, and the reason you want to farm this guy is because you get the Black Blood tools. Now, very important to note here is that they are very hard to come by. I've had to kill this guy about 100 times to get those items. So just to kind of tell you how difficult they are to come by. However, this is another one of those bosses that you want to farm very regularly, because most often he will drop some sort of legendary item. And he will definitely drop the Fragment of Power. But he almost always drops a legendary item. So that's kind of pretty much it for the bosses that you will want to farm. I'm sure there are other boss locations that I have not mentioned. And if I've not shown them or mentioned them, please share them down below. This is a video designed to help people in the game. With that being said and done, that is pretty much it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me in the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Siptah Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description. And, of course, until next time, stay safe, folks.